Yeah, so that's it for today. I'll see you next time. Ta-ra! Only kidding. We haven't even started yet. Some great stuff lined up in today's show. Take a look at this one. Here's a prehistoric way to write your initial. And there's a spectacular big art attack. And a way to take your artwork one step further. Have you ever had this problem? Yeah. Scary photos of yourself. School photos where you're blinking, looking the wrong way, or a family photo where you're going, ugh, because granny's just kissed you. Well, don't throw them away. Turn them into a photo scarecrow. Look at that. Guaranteed to scare everything away within miles. Simple to make in 4 easy parts. A 4-part attack. For the first part, design your scarecrow onto some cardboard box card. Now this one's got a top hat and some straw for hair. And don't forget to leave a space for the face. And he's also got a stripy scarf and a long overcoat. And he's got straw hands and a post sticking out at the bottom. And when you're happy with the design, cut it out. And when you've cut him out, he'll look like this. Now you can leave him like this and paint him if you want, but I think he's a bit flat. So how's about fattening him up a bit? To fatten your scarecrow up, use folded bits of newspaper to pad out the details on his body. How about a small sausage for the rim of the hat, and a folded square of newspaper for the top of the hat, and a nice thick folded rectangle for his coat. And you can add on some folded paper arms and a post. And how about cutting some thin strips into some small pieces of cereal box card to make straw for the hair and for the hands. And then, when they're all in position, tape everything into place. Yeah, now he's beginning to take shape, and I've even added on a scarf and a patch made out of folded kitchen roll and some scrunched up balls of tissue for buttons. But now you need to make him stand up. To make a base, cut a circle from cardboard box card and pad one side with some more newspaper. Tape it to the bottom of your scarecrow. Now again, for this you're going to have to use plenty of tape. And the idea is to just make sure that the scarecrow stands up. Just test it as you go, that's it. And then, to make it really solid, take some PVA glue mixed half with water and paste on a layer of tissue paper, sealing over all of the joins. On it goes, paste the glue over it, but avoid the straw hands and hair. And do the same all over your scarecrow. And when you've covered it all and it's dry, you'll have a real sturdy scarecrow that stands up all on its own. And now he's ready to paint. How about a black top hat? Now you can use poster or acrylic paint for this. And how's about some yellow for the straw on his hair and on his hands? And maybe some brown for his overcoat. And you can even streak in some red on his coat. Then use a nice thin brush for a red scarf. And how about a blue patch on his coat? And some white stripes on his scarf. And then just finish it off with some green grass around the post. And when you finish painting it and it's dry, add on any detail you want using black pen. And I've just done some detail on the wood here and a little bit on the scarf like that. Then all that's left to do is tape your terrible photo in place. Look at that, awful. And I've just trimmed the photo to fit on the back. Then just place your scarecrow in your window to scare the crows away. Well, they don't really, but they do get a good laugh. And you can do all sorts of designs. How about this witch scarecrow? Boy, is that a bad photo of me. It's not really me. Ugly though, hey? And here's real ugly. Look at that. A clown scarecrow. A brilliant use for all those scary photos of yourself. Try it yourself. Photo scarecrows. Just watch this. Look at that. These guys certainly know what they're doing, don't they? Fantastic. And that's given me an idea for a big art attack. Here's a picture of a boat that I've drawn. Now, this is a typical boat on the sea. Finished. Or is it? Well, it is a bit boring, isn't it? So I asked myself, could I take it any further? Can I give it an extra bit of oomph? Okay, I'm going to add a bit of extra detail. Let's start with maybe a cabin on the boat. So, a cabin in there. And instead of these sails, I'm going to add in a little extra bit of rigging there and a motor at the back of the boat. And some rails front of the boat. Maybe some at the back like that. Little buoy bobbing around. And even hint at some people on the back of the boat. Yeah, that's much better. And that's a good tip to remember. When you've finished a picture, ask yourself, could I take it any further? So, okay, could I take it any further? Well, I could even try some different art materials to create some different effects. How about a bit of texture with a wax crayon? Now, if I use it on its side, just on the edge like that, you get this great textured effect, which looks like shimmering water. See that? And don't forget sun up here. Try that. And that will also cast a shimmering reflection on the shimmering sea coming towards you like that. So, could I take it any further? Well, if the sun is behind the boat on the other side, how about turning the boat into a silhouette just to give it a moody effect? So let's try colouring it in this permanent black marker. Just colour everything in black, and I'm even going to add on a few more things. How's about altering the shape of the boat there to make it look a bit more sleek and fancy? Yes, very moody. So, could I take it any further? Well, I have used permanent marker and wax crayon, which are both water resistant, so how about taking my picture just one step further with a bit of red watercolour paint? So here we go, just streak it across your picture, and the permanent marker and the wax crayon will resist the red watercolour. And they shine through, look at that. And there you have a very moody, atmospheric sunset. Not bad, eh? So next time you've done a picture, just ask yourself, could I take it any further? So, could I take it any further? Nah, you've got to stop somewhere. Try it yourself. I have had a letter. It says, "Dear Neil, all the kids' artwork you show on Art Attack is so good. Do you do it really?" Well, no, Jenny, I don't do it really. It's all your own work, and it's brilliant. Take a look at this lot. Ah, yes, Sophie's really gone to town with this picture. Nice ideas in here, and all those multicoloured shapes that she's coloured her face with create a really interesting effect. And take a look at the underwater world that Jamie's created. It's so colourful, and I really love the way he's outlined the fish in black to make them stand out. Nice Art Attack. And here's an Art Attack with a difference. Callum's made a brilliant 3D mask which looks really tribal with all those bold and vibrant colours. Yeah, that's a fantastic mask, Callum. Do you know what? I love making masks. Now, I don't know about you, but I always find it really tricky to get the eye holes in the right place. They're either too close together or too far apart. Either way, I can never see out of them properly. That was until I found a really good way of making sure that I always get them in the right place. And it's so simple. Okay, so this is the card that I want to design my mask onto. Well, all you do is close your eyes and gently place your fingers on them. Now use the hand that you don't write with, like that. And then, holding them like that, just place the fingers down onto the card where you want the eyes to be, about there. And then mark those positions off, like that. And now, when you draw the eyes and cut them out, you're guaranteed to have them in the right place. Easy, eh? So where were we? Oh, yes. Right, here we go. Olivia's owl. Now, this is a lot of fun. And the felt pens she's used to colour him in with adds to the feathery effect on his great big wings. Look at him. And this is a really dynamic picture by Laura, and a great idea for anyone to do at home. Just gather together a few objects and create your own still life and get painting. And I think this is a fab idea. Why not do what Jessica's done and make an art attack of your favourite food? This looks good enough to eat. And this is a cute picture that Hazel's painted. Look at this. The simple image of boats at sea is really well done with their subtle use of watercolours. Very effective. And I just love Robert and Leah's picture. They've used all types of materials here to create a bird's eye view of fields and woodland. Nice teamwork, guys. Brilliant art attack. All those different textures started me thinking. And I found a great way of creating a stone texture which I could actually carve into. No, not using a chisel, using one of these, a rubber. But first, you're going to need a piece of charcoal. Using it on its side, colour in a rough rectangle in the middle of your paper. And the idea is to make the edges uneven because this is your stone slab. Now, using the charcoal on its side like this gives you a good stone-like texture. Then take your rubber and carve out your initial in the middle of your stone using your rubber. So this is going to be the letter N for my initial. Now you may have to go over it a couple of times to get enough of the charcoal off. And again, make it quite rough around the edges so it looks as though it's been done with a chisel. And just keep chiseling away at the charcoal. And then just blow away any bits of dust or bits of rubber. And finally, using a small piece of charcoal, pick out the edge of one side of your letter, and this gives it a real 3D effect. Just picking out one side along the edge. And go around your stone shape too, and it ends up looking like a heavy stone slab with a carved out letter. Look at that. Good effect, isn't it? And this technique works really well if you do other prehistoric designs. How about this fossilised fish I carved out of stone? Or this sort of cave wall painting, but I've carved it into a block of stone with a highlight on the top of the stone. Look at that. And, ooh, I've seen that somewhere before. Try it yourself. Carve your initial in stone.
Cool. Neil has always given us great artistic ideas on that awesome show. Right now, I want to talk to you a little about ArtBot Action, or ArtBot 2.0. I've got Noah on the phone. Hi there, Noah.
Hi.
Hey, buddy. So you've checked out ArtBot at tvokids.com, right?
Yes.
Okay, well, why don't you and I